Hello, Claire here, and I just want to explain emotional freedom technique, or tapping as is often known. So I'm going to show you the placings. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So basically, with emotional freedom technique and tapping, we're using the power of our words and feeling those words whilst tapping acupuncture points, meridian points, energy points basically in the body. And what this enables us to do is free emotion that is stuck, blocks that are stuck in our body. And we do this with the tapping, and at the same time, because of the words we're using, we're reprogramming our mind, our unconscious. Okay, so it's all happening at once. I want you to really feel the words when you're doing your tapping. Again, feeling emotion, commands with the words. This is how we create change in the unconscious. It's also how we put those messages and commands out into the universe to create our manifestations and movement and all of those kind of things in our life. If you think of the brain like a computer, it's stored emotions, it's stored pathways, it's stored ways in which you get to places, ways in which you do things. For instance, you may drive the same way to work on automatic pilot because of the pathways that have been developed and created in the brain. Now, if you've got habits, patterns, things that aren't necessarily serving you, we can actually interrupt these patterns, and we do that with the commands by using direct language with emotion over and over again. Mind likes repetition, a bit like, when in a wood or along a beach, you can see everyone's walked on the same path because it gets trodden, it gets developed. It starts with not a lot, but then there's a very strong pathway that's built because of repetition of people walking over it. Your words, your commands will recreate pathways, your go-to ways of thinking and doing things in your brain. This will also happen in your unconscious mind. There's different parts of the mind, and as you go through the Wisdom Gym, we'll be teaching you all about this, okay? But the unconscious mind is holding stored information, and its job is to keep you alive. It runs 99% of the show. It's how you can ride a bike whilst talking to your friend. You're thinking about what you're talking about with your conscious mind, but your unconscious is pedaling the wheels, pumping your heart, things like that. Unfortunately, this unconscious mind also creates rules that may not be serving us, okay? It can cause blocks in our life, patterns of behavior, beliefs that we may not even know that we have, and these beliefs are literally creating everything. So we can reprogram all of that with the power of our word, emotions, and the taps, okay? Now, first of all, there's no real way that you can get this right or wrong, okay? Because there is, of course, if you're going to go to an acupuncturist, you want him to stick the needle in the exact point for the reaction that you want. So there's grief points here, for instance. If you're suffering from grief and you go to an acupuncturist, you want him to put the needles right in there. But when we're doing tapping, we can tap all along and around it, okay? It doesn't have to be the exact point. Also, some people prefer to do a bit more of a light tapping. Others prefer to really go for it. There's no right or wrong. You may just want to do one and one, or you can do both. Okay, it depends on how you're feeling. You may be holding a phone, holding a script, following a video demonstration. There's various ways that we can do the tapping. Sometimes you follow us in a video. Sometimes we give you a script. You may need to use one hand to sort of scroll up. There's no right or wrong, okay? Also, glasses. I'm going to go through some tap-ins. If you've got glasses and we're going to do an under eye tapping, you can use one hand to lift the glasses up and do one side and change. Make it your own, okay? As I said, no right or wrong. Something feels sore or tender, it's often because there's emotion stuck there. Okay, you can go a little bit lighter if you want to, but just keep going because it will, unless it's a bruise, obviously, it will actually let that emotion, let that block start flowing. Okay, so you may notice over time, the certain parts of your body that were tender That's gone because you've cleared the emotion. You've flushed it all out by igniting those energy points with your words. Okay, so first up, we got the karate chop. So that's just the side of the hand here. Okay, you can do your nails if you've got long nails, or you can just tap flat. Okay, then we got the top of the head. Right at the top of the head here, you can move around if you wish. Some people like more of a pitter patter. Some people like to be more hard. Depending on the subject matter of the script, you may just get the urge to do a certain thing. We then have just above the eyebrow. Yeah. We have the side of the eyebrow. We have under the eyes here. Above the lip, just below. Some people do this. Some people do this. Doesn't matter. We then have the chest. Side of the ribs, so this is just by your chest or your boobs. Okay, and you can move up and down, whatever feels right. And then we have under the ribs. Okay, now some of these points will be used in a EFT session. Some of them won't be used. Just go with it. Okay, quite often we can actually look up acupuncture points, meridians, and add them into our tapping, depending on the subject that we're looking at. Okay, really feel the words when you do your EFT tapping. Really feel it. Enable that energy to be in the body. And if you cry, just continue to tap. Take a moment and stop if you need to, but just work through it. Allow the emotion to come out. An emotional release is going to give you a huge breakthrough. Okay, when we have emotion stuck in our body, it causes blocks, it creates triggers, it is holding on to beliefs that don't serve us anymore. So the release is good. If you're saying words that your unconscious mind or your inner child or a part of you doesn't believe, it may make you cry. This is a good thing. It means the old beliefs are being released. You're reprogramming yourself. Okay, you're going to be awakening different parts of you that have kind of frozen, that have kind of broken off, and you're putting yourself back together. Make sense? You can reach out at any point and ask us a question, email, Telegram group, you know what's there. Okay, we've got you. Tapping is so fast, so quick. Repetition is key, so don't hold back on repeating a session if it's something that you're going through and you're resonating with it. Okay, doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's just going to keep reprogramming you and making those beliefs stronger. Okay, I love tapping, so powerful. I also like to do it in the mirror sometimes, so you're actually tapping and looking at yourself. That can really help with the emotional connection and the growth. You'll be guided with scripts. Sometimes you might be looking down or looking up. It's fine, okay? It's fine. There's no way of doing this wrong, as I keep saying. Enjoy. Powerful stuff. I like to do a tapping in the morning. I brush my teeth, stand in front of the mirror and do my session. Super easy. Game changer. Enjoy your classes.